said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. The Seminoles will put total weather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So Tennessee's offense will get first crack at it today. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the catch. Across the 40 outbound at the 41, and a big pickup has his offense on the move.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Volunteers are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Akbar. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
Looking downfield on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Caught over the middle. It's Jones. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Vols!
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense has the ball for the first time. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question is the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Tennessee! The defense putting points on the board.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. They're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Dishman. Catch in the middle, it's Provo. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. Rides the back on the option, the give.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's going to run it. At the 20, he's got space. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. The Noles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They want to throw it. Under fire. Big guy smells it. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Trying to barrel in. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Goal line defense, and he gets nothing as he stopped right at the 2.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, blowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And I think he got back to the 2-yard line, but the defense was ready for the run.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Vols come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Out about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the ground. He's got it again. Turning it on. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. The Vols are flying down the field. Looking for room. It's Aguilar. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period. Back to throw, it's Dishman. Right on the money. And he's still running after the move. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Knowles racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Makes the grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Working on the right. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really...
Touchdown, Florida State! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here he comes out of the end zone. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee.
Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together.
That's reeled in. It's Jones. How about that weight room work? He's showing off there as he gets across the 20. They'll mark it at the 22. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Akbar. Breaks into the open. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gain.
Still on his feet at the 45. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So we'll see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll try the run. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficient.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Volunteers! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and flowing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to throw, it's Dishman. Makes the grab. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Just keep slinging it. Good timing on the quick out. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. Try to make up for some of that Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Going right to work up top. Quickly complete. Got room at the 35. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play has this offense in business. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jones. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Vols come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes the grab. It's Jones. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown. The Vols have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his big tight end. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Touchdown ball! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for room, it's Case. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a great one today in Knoxville so far. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Neyland Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Volunteers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And here's the return. Smacks it with the stiff arm. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Dishman. Throwing right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in at the 40. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They're setting up the screen. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape, scramble, and go pick up the first down. That is a killer. If you're the defensive coordinator, you've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
The Volunteers with the 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Runs through a tackle. They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss. And the Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Toss to the outside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Takes the grab. They're going to stop him short. And, man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? A long way to go. Back to pass, it's Dishman. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. He's loose. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here is the Tennessee offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. The lone back's got it. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give to the tailback. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
The Vols have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Uncorks one to the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Might be changing the route. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the right. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And I really like the job by this offense because, listen, you've got the lead. Be smart with the football. You drop back, it's a scramble. The quarterback pulls it down, makes the play. Nice job. This is how you play with the lead. Take what the defense gives you and don't make mistakes.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Gonna run it. It's Brady. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. And the Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll keep it on the sneak. That's a right ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. There's everywhere. It's a turnover. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking for a man. It's Dishman. Fires to the big fella.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find your rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts.
Gets loose in the middle. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this. You keep finding them.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Takes a handoff. It's Brady. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost... Seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. To the ground with the battle. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Volunteers will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Give to the running back. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
This crowd knows when to bring it. To the air, it's Dishman. Fires left. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Nestled just inside that right upright. This is now a 7-point game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. West Virginia sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Morgantown. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll go to the ground. Plows through the defense. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And the Vols come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Got his man quickly. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it. First down and more. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on 4th down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge 4th down conversion late in this football game.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there.
There he goes. It's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Vols are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. And I think he's doing a better job of that now late. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. Powers through, and another broken tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Using his legs, it's Bobo. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Dishman. What a job to lay out and make the catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Wants to keep it in the air. Quarterback adapted. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Buys a little time with his feet. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quickly to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. 1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Finds his man. Turns it on in midfield. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today. Dominating in all 3 phases. This is a team everybody needs to look out for.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job on the defense.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. The Volunteers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. He lets one fly deep. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they kick it in for 6 more points. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They have got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have...
Turns on the Jets. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is...
Oh, he's 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Quick strike complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Vols will hustle to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. Puts it out of the air. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Vols! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Dishman. Bringing the heat. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on first down. He'll take another shot here. Touchdown Seminoles! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
How about the bomb by the offense? The Hail Mary, they go deep. The defense knows it's coming. Where are they? Where is the defense? You've got to stay as deep as the deepest and make sure this doesn't happen. The Hail Mary to success.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.